Hello everybody and welcome to Beelzebub's Buns channel, where you can listen to creepypastas I write and narrate myself and watch gameplay videos. In this one we're going to be looking at details that we want to see in Halo 6. We could sit here all day and nitpick, but I'm going to do 7. Why? Because 7 is a great number. So, number 1. Assault type encounters with more allies. There's nothing more satisfying than parking a Warthog, having the gunner, or in this instance Cat, start laying waste to the Covenant in front of you, and you go and assault with the other Marines. As you are assaulting this base full of Covenant, it is just so much fun. It's one of those levels that stand out to you, just like one of the most legendary levels that we've ever had in a Halo game, Silent Cartographer. So you're running up on the beach and you're taking out all these Covenant. The replay value in this is so spot on. Whether you're doing easy mode or legendary mode, it's so satisfying to see at the end how many Marines that you still have left. That way you know how much damage you did and how quickly you killed the enemy while still protecting your allies at the same time. Popping in and out of cover and being able to maneuver around the enemy and trying to outsmart them and flank them is just so satisfying. Number 2, better animations when firing at the enemy. Now, when we fire at the enemy, and as I look at this video here, you see in Halo 1, it's just so chaotic when you're laying rounds into the enemy. They're firing back, they're ducking in and out of cover, they're trying to get away from you and evade when they're overwhelmed. This is something that we don't really see in Halo 5 so much. Look, as I'm just shooting at this elite, he just kind of stands there, and it's just, you don't really see much to it whenever I shoot at the elite. They just sort of stand there and take it. Now, in Halo 2, the ragdoll effect was great. We got grunts doing backflips and everything like that. But throughout the Halo series, we see it's kind of come to a point where the enemy will sometimes just stand there if they have shields. They don't think that, oh, they're going to get harmed, so they just stand out there in the open. But you still had in Halo 2 that chaos, that brutality that was felt through shooting at the enemy. I mean, they have animations where they're going back, you know, their heads are being jarred backwards because the 3 rounds, especially by a battle rifle, is being laid into them. But in Halo 3 ODST here, it's kind of bullet spongy. And this also plays in part with the armor that was worn by the brutes. It just sort of explodes off of them. You know, it looks a little bit silly when we have here, I know difficulty depends on how long that they last inside the armor, but the animation is just, well, a little bit cheap. We see it just sort of pop off of them real quick, even if they're covered in all this armor. As you see here in Halo 3, this is slowed down a bit, and I shoot him with a sniper rifle, and he just sort of goes, well, limp, and the armor disappears. In Halo Reach, I'm shooting at these brutes here, their helmets are flying off, bits and pieces come off as I'm shooting at them, and that's great to see. It's really cool to see the improvements that they had with the armor coming off of them, and the way that they die is a little bit better looking. It's not so jarring and fast, you know, it's more of embellishing the fact that they just had a round laid into their head or got punched in the face. So, in Halo Reach, they definitely did a little bit better with it. Well, actually a lot better, I should say, depending on what you have. And I know assault rifles are a little bit different. They're not as powerful as battle rifles, but let me go into that a little bit more as we look at coming up here, Halo 4. So, in Halo 4, this is when I felt that they were a little bit more spongy-like. You know, they just kind of stand out there in the open a little bit more. Right there, they could have rushed me, given that this is on what I believe is heroic mode. They definitely could have taken me out there. Instead, the elite just kind of stood out there in the open. Now, where this is a problem is the assault rifle. For those of you who know more about ammunition and weapons and all that, the assault rifle in the Halo world, if you want to get a little bit nerdy with me, carries 7.62 rounds. And 7.62 rounds, they are big, powerful rounds, okay? Those go places when they impact an enemy. So for them to have more of an animation of, as they're getting shot at, their head or their body part is going back, even if they have a shield, it's supposed to embellish the fact that you just had a round hit you that's very, very powerful. And lately we haven't really been seeing that. In Halo 5, they're just a little bit more like, I don't care if I'm getting shot at. I mean, I got shields, so does it really matter? And I think, yes, it does matter. More animation as you're shooting at an enemy is definitely a way Halo 6 can bring back that chaotic, brutal look to it. Another way they can go about doing that is also making more armor come off the enemy as you are shooting at them, and it doesn't have to be that old cheap Halo 3 way. It should be a little bit more piece by piece. Now, number 3, more particles showing destructive power. This in Halo Reach was something that I believe Bungie really prided themselves with, was having a lot of particles. As you see in that explosion there, it's a great looking explosion. And from big vehicles blowing up to these grunts getting killed with a grenade, I mean, the particle system was great, and the armor coming off, and you know, all of the methane going everywhere. They do have that in Halo 5, but it's just, I believe, a bit better looking. I think the blood is also a way to kind of, I like the way it sort of is like an indicator that you are hitting them. Now, certain things like a Wraith, as you see here, when you are shooting at them, you know, they blow up, they have more particles to them, all the way down to the bullet holes in the walls. See, battle rifle has a bit bigger holes than your SMG, and they actually have geometry to them. Or if they're, you know, just fooling me, they did a really good job, because it looks like there's a hole dug into the geometry. Halo 3, I would have to say, as far as the destruction and rubble, probably has the best, because anywhere from outposts to actual vehicles, as you see here, you can see a lot of explosions going on, apart from the actual round that's from the tank and the explosion that is done from the vehicle. You can distinguish those two, and seeing more particles disperse as you lay a rocket or any kind of explosion into them. Now, coming up here, here's how a Phantom is destroyed in Halo 3. After several shots of it being shot by the tank, it starts to look like, boom, it's no longer a Phantom. It serves more as a monument of your destruction, and you can actually walk around it and see everything that you've done. It's great. And it doesn't matter how far away they are, if you see it, you can still destroy it. So great. Now, as you see here, there's infantry below. The Phantom blows up and it injures and even kills some of the infantry down there. This is what you see in Halo 5. Now, Halo 3, I would have to say, probably has the most destruction, and there's reasons why Halo 5 doesn't have as much, because they're trying to maintain that 60 frames per second. But when you have vehicles here that just look so awesome when they explode, so great. Number 4, open space for vehicle chaos. Now, vehicles in Halo 3 and the level design really opened up the space for you to drive around. Now, driving a Mongoose around with a Marine and having a rocket launcher and shooting at a Scarab, it inherited so much chaos to happen. So as you shoot at it, yes, you can start destroying the Scarab, but if it shoots at you, your Mongoose goes crazy, and it can, you know, send you off a ledge in this example. Or you can do several flips and land it and drive away, and that's what made it so epic and awesome. Now here, the Scarab wasn't really something that you can drive at all, but you could definitely board it and destroy the core, resulting in something like this. Those explosions, you don't see those anymore, or at least we haven't for a while. And again, you can go around in the actual destruction and look at it all, and just seeing something so massive destroyed like that, it fit within the sandbox so well. Now here in Halo 5, yes, there are a lot of things going on in the background, and it does maintain the 60 frames per second, which is an amazing thing, and is so much fun to play. And you know, direct your teams to go shoot at the turret as you take on the guys next to it. But as you destroy this turret here, it's just kind of a big flash and covers up a lot. The turret aims down a little bit and there's a little flame. Now here I am further away, still a tremendous big flash, and you know, it just looks the same. Now, number 5, militarized looking Marines. As I was playing Halo 1 Anniversary, I looked at the Marines and they look so much more militarized. They have the rucksack on the back, they have the rank on the centerpiece, and they just look ready to go, ready for action. I know in Halo 5 you weren't really with the UNSC, but these guys look like they're more of, hey, let's assault the Covenant, oorah type of deal. Something that you would see in these cutscenes here in the Halo 2 Anniversary.
For help.
Mission appointed.
report.
Roger, Recon. It's your call, Sarge.
We're going in.
Number 6. Customize Firefight Mode. Despite how different Halo Reach was, in the Firefight mode you could customize a lot of different things, not only from your actual game types, but you could also customize what kind of aliens you wanted to spawn at the start or even at the end. You could play it the way you want. You could change the player traits so you can move a lot faster. You could decide what you start with, or you can jump higher, or things would be maybe not tipped in your favor and it would be even more difficult for you. It's just something that Halo 6, I believe, should have, because we've had it before, and I don't think it should only stick with Halo Reach. It should definitely carry over to Halo 6. Number 7. A sense of mystery and wonder in the campaign levels. Halo 1 started off with you running around an ancient alien ring world, and that was something that was just so mysterious to us. Halo 5 in this reunion level had that feel. You didn't know what you were looking at, if it was like supposed to be rocks or trees, and you had wildlife going all about, and you felt like a stranger, but it was so awesome. I just think that every level needs to have that feel. Halo 6 needs to bring that originality and that mystery into their campaign levels, because there's a sense of beauty in that. A little side note here, I want to know how you guys feel. In Halo 5 you were able to direct a team. Now I personally like that. It was quick and easy. You can direct them to a certain location to take cover or fire upon a certain enemy. I thought it was real simple and wasn't too gimmicky. It just kind of played its own role in the sandbox. So let's review. Assault type encounters with more allies, better animations when firing at the enemy, more particles showing destructive power, open space for vehicle chaos, militarized looking marines, customized firefight mode, and a sense of mystery and wonder in the campaign levels. These are just a very few amount of improvements that they can do for Halo 6, but I'm excited to see what brings about in the next Halo game. I want to know what you guys think, and if you have a list of things that you want to see change and improve, go ahead and list them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like and go ahead and subscribe to Beelzebub's Buns channel. As I said before, I write and narrate my own creepypastas. And if you like gameplay footage, this is the channel to subscribe to. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Uzi got a drum roll, it goes.